Cincinnati's known for not just getting you ready for the hard courts in New York, but also the heat that awaits you there. Heat didn't really show up today.
Yes, it was strange. I said, I mean, I've been coming here, maybe 8 years, and not once has it ever been like this. Never. So very, very strange to play here when it's like that.
Question? You've been coming here 8 years. In those 8 years, tell us about these Cincinnati fans, how you enjoy playing in front of them and enjoying the crowds.
Yeah, I think, every year been coming back, the tournament's got bigger and bigger, and, even at practice, on Monday, Tuesday when we're here, the practice courts are packed. They get great crowds from the beginning of the tournament, so it's nice. The tournament's got a lot of history, the tennis here, so it's always fun to play here.
And the USTA announced they're going to put a roof on the main stadium at Flushing. I'm just wondering if you have any thoughts about that. Good idea.
Yes, for certain reasons it's great. Yeah, for TV and stuff, it's fantastic. It's always good that matches are going to get finished. But yeah, I do feel like sometimes it is kind of part of the slams a little bit. I don't necessarily miss being rained off, but rain delays and stuff. It used to be part of it, whereas now that's going away gradually. And I don't particularly like going from indoors to outdoors to indoors. It's also tough, but it's good for TV. It's good for fans that are watching, and for the players that are scheduled on that court. It's great.
Do you think it's unfair?
Sorry, Sandy.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Do you think it's unfair for the ones who don't get to go out there? They can be left behind, and then some players will be on course, like with every other day.
I guess it can be. I don't think there's been too many instances so far, where it has been, the weather's been so bad that it has become unfair. I guess if it did rain for 3-4 days straight, which is possible, then it would become a bit unfair for some of the guys.
People have talked about how the Wimbledon crowd gets rowdier under the roof or louder. What do you think a U.S. Open crowd would become amplified under a roof?
I don't think the crowd necessarily gets rowdier. I just think because when it's like anything indoors, if you went to a concert indoors compared with one outdoors, the noise level, everything just stays inside, so it echoes a bit more and it does appear much louder. So I don't know what's going to happen to the capacity, but there's over 20,000 people in there. You stick a roof on it, it'd be very loud.
What sort of reception do you think you're going to get this time in New York? And you've always got a pretty good reception, but you're going back there as a champion. Has that thought occurred to you that it might be a little different this time?
I'm sure it will. In terms of reception, I don't know. You never know. I hope it's a good one. But yeah, in terms of how I feel when I'm going out there and stuff, I don't know how I'll respond to it and how I'll react. But obviously, a lot's happened since New York last year, and ever since I played there the first time when I was 18, 19, when I used to play on the grandstand court. We used to have great atmospheres in all my matches there, so hope that'll be the same this year.
I'm a little surprised, considering what you said before about surprised that you're not more happy about the route that the USTA is proposing, because you were there a couple of years ago and they played havoc with the schedule and water bubbled up on the court. You were probably the people that went and talked to the tournament. I know you like to play an outdoor tournament outdoors, but don't you think that's a pretty strong solution?
Again, it is for some of the players, but that doesn't stop what the players weren't complaining about it raining outside. The players were complaining about being made to go on the court when it's still wet. So that doesn't change for 99% of the players in the draw just because there's a roof. Maybe the committee you know, the ones that do the schedule and stuff will be a little bit more relaxed, knowing that they will have some tennis on, so won't try and rush the players out. But that's what all the players were complaining about a few years ago, when some of the courts were clearly unplayable, still wet, getting asked to go back on the court when it's still raining. You know, it's dangerous. It isn't like other sports. You can't play tennis on hard courts when it's raining, and that was really what discussion was about. Not, you know, it wasn't about anything else. You know, so long as the court's safe, players are happy to go on.
How'd you feel about the match today? Did that go pretty much as you expected it to?
I thought he made more mistakes than I'd expected, but also it was, you know, he played yesterday at very different conditions today because it was cool on the court. I mean, I just wanted to try and play a high percentage match because I think it's important for me to try and get a few matches this week if I can. And yeah, I mean, I did that. I didn't make too many errors. Served a high percentage of the first serves for the most part. Missed a few at the end of the second, but yeah, I did what I wanted to do and got through the match.
Last two questions, please.
Just want to follow up on that. It sounded like in your TV interview, you weren't real happy with your volley. Can you talk about that? I mean, was something not working right for you in that regard?
No, I just missed a couple of volleys. I hit a couple of good ones and I hit a couple of bad ones. I was getting myself into good positions, but just missed a couple, and you know, hopefully that'll get better as the week goes on. But you know, when it comes to volleying, so long as you're getting yourself in a good position and you're making the right decisions, like when to go forward and when to stay back, you know, that will come. It's when you're kind of coming in on the wrong shots and guys are passing you and you're kind of in no man's land. When you come forward, that's when it's an issue. So hopefully that'll get better.
Yeah, yes. How's your body felt through training and preparation this week? And then also, do you think you'll be tuning in for the Scotland versus England international friendly this afternoon?
I'll try to watch, yeah, if I can. I mean, it should be starting fairly soon, so I'll try watch it. And in terms of my body, I feel better this week than I did last week, and hopefully that'll continue, you know, for the next 10 days or so up to New York.